for political talk here. And today what we're going to be doing is filling in my governor's prediction. Haven't made one of these in a really long time. I think it's been over a month. And the reason for that is I haven't seen a purpose to fill in that many governor's prediction, because I guess there's only like one or two real toss-up races per se. So we're gonna go through and fill in our races. So as of right now, there's like a couple states that are safe. At this point for the Democrats, they only have Washington and Delaware. And honestly, I don't think they should be a little worried, but it shouldn't be something that they're like extremely worried about. I mean, the Governors Association, what really matters is that you keep your old states and maybe expand. But in this election year, I mean, usually presidential years are not good for governors races. If you want to see a lot of good governors races and an interesting governors map, you should go check out midterm years, because those are the best. And Republicans honestly have some states that they have pretty good totals on. North Dakota, Indiana, West Virginia, I leave open, Utah. And at this point, these are the states that are going to end up going by safe margin. There's only 5. We're at even grounds because currently, I mean, it's 22-22. And realistically, there could be one party won 3 and the other party won 3, and they have same amount of seats in the Governors Association, which really doesn't matter. I mean, it's realistically more of the gerrymandering and all those things that are happening with redistricting, which I mean is a bad thing for politics, but again, they do it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So now looking at this map, I mean, honestly, they just start going from states that I think are going to be by likely margins. And at this point, it's going to be the state of West Virginia for the Republican Party. Jim Justice was a Democrat, some type of Democrat like Joe Manchin, who was a very conservative Democrat that appealed directly to their state, to the West Virginian Democrats that realistically are there, but they don't vote for Democrats in presidential election years. And he flipped parties. Now he's a Republican, and all these different things affected him. Again, it's not going to be a huge thing. I mean, they're not going to unseat him or anything. It's just the margin might narrow up a little bit. And honestly, we could say the same thing about North Carolina. Roy Cooper is doing a great job with his campaign. He's super popular in the state of North Carolina with all these different things. Like, for example, he's just popular. I mean, after the coronavirus and all these different things that really affect your chances as a governor. Because if you did an amazing job, you're going to be praised for how you handle the coronavirus. If you did a trash job, you're going to be trashed on how you did with the coronavirus. And Roy Cooper is one of those governors who got praised. Some type of like Andrew Cuomo or Gretchen Whitmer, who got praised for doing very good things with their states. Maybe not like with everyone, but big majority of the states has a consensus that Roy Cooper did a good job managing the coronavirus. And I mean, with the North Carolina momentum for Democrats, I honestly see Roy Cooper taking the state by 10 points. And honestly, that's going to be one of the most surprising races where people should think the state of North Carolina should go by a bigger margin or by a smaller margin, perhaps. It would be a surprise for a lot of people that state of North Carolina goes to the Democrats by 10 points. Now, the rest of the states are left are going to be going by less margins. At this point, these two northeastern states are going to go by lean margins. We have, I forgot his name. Governor Phil. I'm just gonna, I think it's Phil Scott. He's a popular person in the state of Vermont with Republicans and Democrats as well, because he's liberal. He's a liberal Republican. And what do the people in the Northeast like? Liberal Republicans. So for that reason, I think he's going to win again. Vermont really doesn't have any big, perhaps, Democrats. There's going to be someone smarter that's going to challenge all the way to the top. I mean, the only way he might be unseated, and this is never going to happen, Bernie Sanders runs for governor. I think he was already governor or something like that. I think he was mayor of Burlington. Whatever. So I don't think that Democrats have a chance in Vermont. It's gonna get close and things like that. And in the state of New Hampshire, it's Kristen. That's an interesting race because usually it's very close. And I think Kristen is kind of praised in the state of New Hampshire, and he'll win again by a lean margin. Now, looking at the two states that are left, Montana and Missouri. So I'm going to put the state of Missouri as well as in the lean margin because look, we're going to have an interesting race here. We have Parsons, who is the current governor, and he's not popular per se. I mean, he's okay in popularity. And then you have Nicole Galloway, who is the current state auditor of Missouri, and that's an elected official. So she is the only Democrat in the state of Missouri that's currently elected statewide, and that is a good sign for her. I mean, that means she actually has a chance at this governor race. It's not like it's going to be like a complete crapshoot, I guess, where you don't really know who's gonna win. But still, it gives her a little bit more of a chance. And I think if Democrats focus enough money into that governor's race, which at this point I wouldn't focus that much stuff on the governor's race, if they did, hypothetically speaking, she could win. But I don't see it. And when it comes to the state of Montana, I think that I forgot the lieutenant governor's name. I'm really sorry. I'm not really familiar with these governor's races. I know how they are, but like I don't know a lot of the names. I know that Greg Gianforte is running as a Republican, but I think it's gonna narrowly go to the Democratic Party. I mean, Greg Gianforte, I mean, he wasn't as popular when he was in the House of Representatives. And considering that the governor, Steve Bullock, is currently super popular in the state of Montana, we could easily see him winning by a big margin, and the lieutenant governor. And Greg Gianforte, I mean, he's not the most popular, so at the end of the day, that's going to end up affecting. So, this year is not going to be super big for governor's races, and yeah, so our final composition is 26 Republicans to 24 Democrats. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up, and yeah, so like and subscribe, and goodbye.